Hello girls and boys, welcome back to Read Me a Story, and greetings from Hong Kong, and welcome also to my grandchildren, Max and Theo and Josephine, Charlotte, Penelope and Simon. Today I'm going to read you a lovely little book called A House is a House for Me, but first of all I'm going to tell you about my book. This is the one I wrote after I finished my 50 years of teaching. It will help your parents. It's called Tips and Tidbits for Parents and Teachers, and they can get it at amazonbooks.com. It will tell them a lot of things that I learned while teaching, and I'm sharing them with your parents. All right, that's my book. Here we go. A house is a house for me. Everything has a home, a house, where it lives, and this book is going to tell us all about it. Lovely illustrations by Betty Fraser. Marianne Hoberman thought to write this book. A hill is a house for an ant. A hive is a house for a bee. A hole is a house for a mole or a mouse. And a house is a house for me. A web is a house for a spider. A bird builds its nest in a tree. There is nothing so snug as a bug in a rug, and a house is a house for me. All children love to make a cardboard box house. Such fun. A coop? That's a house for a chicken. A sty? That's a house for a cow. A sow. A sow is a pig. A fold? That's where sheep all gather to sleep. A barn, that's a house for a cow. It is also, of course, a house for a horse. Are you listening to all the rhyming words, girls and boys? Sheep, sleep, horse, course. A kennel's a house for a dog. A dog is a house for a flea. But when a dog strays, a flea sometimes stays, and then it may move in on me. Houses for rabbits are hutches. A house for a mule is a shed. A castle's a house for a duchess. A bedbug beds down in a bed. Mosquitoes like mud holes or puddles. Whales need an ocean or sea. A fish or a snake may make do with a lake, but a house is a house for me. A shell is a dwelling for shellfish, for oysters and lobsters and clams. Each snail has a shell, and each turtle as well, but not any lions or lambs. Lions live out in the open. Monkeys live up in a tree. Hippos live down in the river. Now what do you know about me? An igloo's a house for an Eskimo. Now we call them Inuit today. A teepee's a house for a Cree. A pueblo's a house for a Hopi. And a wigwam may hold a Mohi. A garage is a house for a car or a truck. A hangar is a house for a plane. A dock or a slip is a house for a ship. And a terminal's a house for a train. And of course we have bus terminals too, don't we? A husk is a house for a corn ear. We say ear of corn. A pod is a place for a pea pods. A nutshell's a hut for a hickory nut. And what is a shelter for me? A glove is a house for a hand. A stocking's a house for a knee. A shoe or a boot is a house for a foot. And a house is a house for me. A box is a house for a tea bag. A teapot's a house for some tea. If you pour me a cup and I drink it all up, then a tea house will turn into me. Cartons are houses for crackers. Castles are houses for kings. The more that I think about houses, the more things are houses for things. And if you get started in thinking, I think you will find it is true that the more that you think about houses for things, the more things are houses to you. Barrels are houses for pickles, and bottles are houses for jam. A pot is a spot for potatoes. A sandwich is home for some ham. The cookie jar's home to the cookies. The bread box is home to the bread. My coat is a house for my body. My hat is a house for my head. Perhaps I have started far-fetching. Perhaps I am stretching things some. A mirror's a house for reflections. A throat is a house for a hum. But once you get started in thinking, you think and you think and you think how pockets are houses for pennies and pens can be houses for ink. How peaches are houses for peach pits and sometimes are houses for worms. How trash cans are houses for garbage and garbage make houses for germs. And envelopes, earmuffs, and eggshells, and bathrobes, and baskets, and bins, and rag bags, and rubbers, and roasters, and tablecloths, toasters, and tins. And once you get started in thinking this way, it seems that whatever you see is either a house, or it lives in a house, and a house is a house for me. A book is a house for a story. A rose is a house for a smell. My head is a house for a secret I never will tell. A flower's at home in a garden. A donkey's at home in a stall. Each creature that's known has a house of its own, and the earth is a house for us all. Wow! I bet we never thought about houses that way before, did we, girls and boys? And I bet if you keep thinking, you will think of other houses for almost anything you can imagine. I hope you like that story, girls and boys. And we'll see you next time for Read Me a Story. Bye for now.